Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for Tuesday, July the 13th. And just looking on the weekly chart here, one of the couple of main points here, we've got wave 3 over here, wave 4 here, and we're going up for wave 5 over here. And between wave 5 and 4, we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. It would, what I'm looking at here is the length of this wave 1 here. We need this wave 3 over here to be longer than wave 1 here. That's what I'm sort of working on with this chart. So normally wave 3 would be an extra 61.8% longer roughly than wave 1. It's going okay. So pretty much at minimum we're looking at 4665 sort of area. I wouldn't be surprised though if we end up putting wave 3 on top up here for this and have a classic trading levels pattern further up into this space here for this and the first high above the level and so on at that point. But as always, it's just really one step at a time. So and just working the the trend. But it's kind of good to know the bigger picture with all of this. So we'll go to the daily chart and we'll pick it up from wave 2 and work it up to wave 3, which we're also looking for 5 waves in that as well. So from this wave 2 here to wave 3 here, which I've got at 5,000, which is a little bit hopeful for me. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. So wave 2 to wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then going up for wave 5 here. So we just got to plot along and see how we go with this. So from this wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and then going up for wave 3, 4 and 5 for the 5th wave. And between wave 2 and wave 3 here, we're also looking for 5 waves, of course, with Elliott. And we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here and 3, 4, 5. So let's go to the intraday and pick it up on this wave, blue wave 2 here. So on the 4-hour chart, we've got our blue wave 2 here. We're going up for blue wave 3, which is up yonder here somewhere. Pull that over here. So between wave 2 and wave 3 here, we're also looking for 5 waves of a smaller degree. So in green here, wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for wave 3, and then wave 4, and of course wave 5. So currently we're in the lower end of green wave 2, going up to green wave 3 here. We should see this market move along quite nicely through here, because we're in the third of the third here. So this pullback that we get across the 4,400 will be another nice little setup. We are currently long in this market, of course, and yeah, we'll continue to build within all of this. So yeah, look, the other point here too is that you can see, if you understand the trading levels a little bit, you'll understand that from the 4,000, which is the medium level, we've got 1, 2, and 3. They're minor levels, and they make up Minor Group 1. And when we get a tested support on a level like this, and then take out the previous high here like we have, that's a signal to go long. But it's also, it sets the signal up for the target, which is the next level. So Fibonacci sequence of numbers is 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 8. So yeah, it just sets out that nice clear. The market should move. Markets normally move quite quickly between 3 and 5 in both directions, up and down, and also between 5 and 8 as well. Of course, 5 is the second strongest number, so we're going to see the market be held here for a little while. But it should move along okay because of where we are in the structure, that's all. It depends if we're in a, if we hit this number and we're in wave 1 or wave 3 or wave 5. These things make a difference to the size of the correction, of course. So it's bridging those two together. So let's go into the hourly chart and pick it up from this wave 2 here on 4,300. So first thing up here is that, well, this length that I've got here is the length of wave 1, which sits on this low here, and that projects us up to, of equality, up to 4,500 for this. But wave 3 that we're going into at the moment should be the length of wave 1 plus another 62%, 61.8%. So we shouldn't have, technically, we shouldn't have any trouble getting this length to 4,500. So between green wave 2 and green wave 3 here, we're also looking for 5 waves. So we're looking for wave 1 here, and wave 2, and 3, 4, and 5 there. So that's all good. And now we're approaching this wave 1 here, and if you've got a keen eye, you'll see this is wave 1 here, and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. So we're close to the top here. Will we actually reach the 4-4? Probably, but what we really need to understand is that will you stay in this wave 2 here that can retrace 62% of this wave 1 here. So that's what you'll need to decide if you want to get out here and buy back in here and all of those sorts of things. We've got positions in here, so I'll just leave those positions and we'll keep the stop out of the way, and we'll go to the tick chart now to understand this this move here a little bit better. So we'll go to 100 ticks, bring in some more data. 10 should be enough. So blue wave 2, green wave 2 tucked in here. So let's just open that up a little bit. So we've got our ABC here for green wave 2, and then we're going up here, as I mentioned, to this wave 1 here in 5 waves. So we've also got positions further down here in this particular trend as well, because in a nutshell, we're looking to go, our trade for this is going from blue wave 2, confirming that, and we needed to have an impulse wave up here to do that. So that confirmed it. We bought that high there, and that's okay. And then we wanted to build back in above the 4-3, so we want to build in there. So we've been doing that within this space here, but we're going from blue wave 2 to blue wave 3. That was the decision that I made. I mean, everybody does their own thing, of course, and yeah, so it's money management and strategies and tactics is another whole world. But what I'm doing here, in a nutshell, I'm not choosing a time frame. I'm choosing a degree of structure with Elliott. So we're in blue wave 3, and that's what we're trading. So we're going to keep it. This is our stop here in red. We're going to keep it like out of the way, and I don't mind moving it. I'm not going to be flipped out by this wave 2 here. So from this low here, we got wave 1 and 2 here, and yesterday we're counting up here for 3, and I think we were here somewhere. We're looking for wave 4 to pull back, and then we're looking for wave 5 to move up. So this wave 5 moving up here to make wave 1, you can kind of see we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and probably 3 and 4 and 5 coming in here. So there may be some more here. Maybe the wave 4 hasn't happened yet. I haven't pulled this apart just yet, but the thing that we need to be looking at is that Tuesday we'll start to see profit taking within all of this trend, and then certainly Wednesday and Thursday do as well in our bullish weekly cycle. So we were looking for Friday to be strong and Monday to follow through on that. Then we'll see some profit taking on Tuesday morning, and then the trend should resume after that. And Wednesday you start getting these V-shape days. So obviously profit taking is, you'll see profit taking on the Tuesday. The the Wednesday, and the trend resumes again on Tuesday as well after it has some profit taking, and then Wednesday's kind of the same as well, but it has a deeper correction, and then Thursday is just normally the bear day, and then Thursday afternoon we start buying again, and then Friday pushes up, and if it closes strong, then we know we're on the right track, and then Monday will follow through again on that. That's kind of what we look for, and try to line it up with the wave count that we're working. So yeah, from this is the other little thing I'm not quite sure about just here, this little consolidation in here. I know that's the sort of the low here, and I'm just wondering if I'm missing a wave 1 and 2 in here with this. So I'm unsure about this. So even just want you to be a little bit careful here, because we may get something that let's just say that this comes up to here and back again to here, and then this little wave has got to kick in, and then we get this, you know, the classic trading levels pattern sitting across the level, so to speak, you know. So there could be something like that. So this little box here, I mean, I couldn't get five waves out of it, but it just sort of sitting there haunting me in the background. So it may show up here. It's not really going to bother me, because we're just keeping the stop out of the way. I'm not going to get stopped out in wave 2. And if I have to move the stop, I will, because we're going for the bigger picture here. That's all. Yeah. So what you'll need to do if you want to stay in is take the low here, and wherever that high is, and you'll know where the high is because, you know, it will be pulling back at that point. So the 61.8% is really what we're sort of looking at. I mean, I've simply taken it from this 4,400 as a starting point here. Obviously, that's going to be way over here for that. Yeah, so that's sort of where we're at, folks. So put this over here. I'm not sure how the how this top is going to play out based on this little extra one here, but it could just do it from here, and this could be a part of that there, but I don't think so. So anyway, just a small little glitch, and then we'll be going up for wave 3 and so on, continuing to move up higher. So really it's just a dance across the 4-4, and the idea is, well, for the trend traders not to get stopped out by any pullback in this area through here. Look, I may be dramatizing it, bringing it way back down here, and it probably just will sit in group 2 here, because when we're working with 4-4 here, we'll be looking at, well, the group 1 above, the 30, the 20, and the 10. And that will be our swing range. That's what we'd normally look at. But because of the wave 2 here at the 61.8%, it could come down lower than that. So we're aware of that. But the fact that we're in wave 3 of 3 and going into 3, it was probably likely that the retracements won't be 60%. They'll be something like 40%. Okay. I'll just have a quick look at the Russell one here. I haven't spent time on it, but I think it's ready to sort of push up. But I don't want to, you know, I could bring this down to go long at this point here if you wanted to, you could do that. But I was thinking that, well, if the S&P tops out here somewhere with this wave 1 and pulls back for wave 2 here, then that might set up a better buying opportunity for this one here as well. So if I remove that, I mean, the thing is that this whole movement across here is corrective because it's got overlapping wave structures, and because it's corrective and this is the line of the trend here, so we could call this a continuation pattern. So it's definitely going higher, but I was just thinking that it should come up to here in the next session and then pull back here. So if you wanted to buy the pullback in this, wherever that may be, and if this market's important to you, then that would be the, you know, that would be the place to do it. But I can just leave that there as well. Either way, but anyway, it's not that much focused on that market. And Nasdaq, as I mentioned yesterday, I'll probably have to rearrange the count a little bit. But like I said, I'm not that fussed about it because, you know, yesterday we could see that we had, I can't remember what it was now, one wave up or two or some part of it up. So that will just continue to move up and take the top out. It'll struggle at the top here, of course, but it's already reacted from the number 8 here. We call 8 a profit taking number. So it's done that. It's got a support here. So that should move up to this point here for this. So we had long trades in this down here as well. So if you wanted to take a percentage here at the 15,000, that would be okay. But like I mentioned, I'll probably have to rearrange this count in here. But at the end of the day, what we're looking for here really is a classic trading levels pattern in some degree of structure. I don't know how big it's going to get. But where the market is at the moment, I have to say, there's nothing really stopping it. You know, the Feds are, the Feds, I mean, this is not my cup of tea talking politics and stuff, but, the Fed is governed by politics. So, and it's both of their jobs to keep employment and so on steady. So from what I can understand from listening to people in the bond market, is that there's no change in policy. So they're just going to, there's no, what's been going on in this trend here is there's no signs of that changing. So I don't see anything stopping this train going. So I don't see a really big correction at the 15,000, but we should really expect some sort of dance there, because it is 5 is the second strongest number, and it's a bit of a psychological sort of finishing line and so on. But I do think that we'll be going much higher than that. So I just need to rethink about this trend. But what we can do is we can expect time to be spent at the 15,000 before heading higher. Let's just have a quick look at stocks. So with Tesla here, this is just a 4-hour chart. There's a couple of counts that I've got for this. I'm not quite sure which is right. This is a possibility here. So we've got this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and then moving up higher. So this is our bullish count for Tesla. So it will just move along with the rest of the market, and it will start picking up speed now that it's done its 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. And so it should pick up speed in this sort of area through here. I don't know if it's going to get to the 800 and fail at that point, because if I go to my daily chart here, I've got this particular pattern here with this as well. So yeah, I think that would be probably bullish with the rest of the market. On a intraday basis, I'm just going to go straight to the tick chart here for a moment. And do I need to bring any data? No, it's okay here. So what we've been looking for here, this is just the tick chart, and so what we've been looking for was to get support on this medium level here, 650. And so we've done that, and I've sort of rearranged this a little bit, but in a nutshell, I'm just looking from wave 2 here. I'm looking for 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave here, and fifth wave here. So once again, in line with the S&P 500, we're looking for some sort of ABC pattern here before pushing up higher through here. So we've got long positions in here. Once again, we'll keep the stop out. We don't want to get stopped out of this. We're going to, at minimum, we'll be up at the 800 here. I meant to buy some of these myself last night, but I forgot. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, look, so all good here. Just, I've got an extra little wave in here, and I'm a little bit unsure about wave 4 here. I can see that we could view all of this as wave 1 and 2 in here, while even here as 1 and 2 and then 1 and 2, which this 1 and 2 will take that to 3, 4, 5 to that length, and this little one will take it to here. So I'm not quite sure about this wave 4 here, but honestly I wouldn't really be worried about it. Buying anywhere in this area will be fine because it's all pointing higher. We just need to navigate that. Have a look at Facebook. I'm just going to go straight to the tick chart because we went through all this yesterday, you know. Right, so with Facebook, right, it's Facebook on the tick chart, 100 ticks. So from 300, that should give you some bearing. We've got 1 and 2 here, as you may know, and then we've got 1 and 2 here, as you may know. We've got a position in here, keeping the stop out of the way over here for the time being. We've been getting other positions as well. I'm surprised I didn't get one here, but we've got one here. But the main takeaway here is very much like the S&P, because we've got wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here, and then we've got this 1 and 2 here for this. And in this case, we're going smaller here, and we can bring that out of the way. Yeah, so yeah, we're just moving up high. So really this, let me clean this up. This is all about the 350 here. So from 330, the market's moved. It's quite a good example really, because 10, 20, 30, 50, 80. So we can see that the 30 here, it was pretty sort of ugly coming across here, but the 30 really, the top of group 1, you know, had that support there. And the good thing about corrections that go sideways, they're also an accumulation process as well, which unfolds into the distribution. This is taking us up to the next level, the 5 here. And obviously we're seeing a correction here. I know it's not always easy to sort them out. I mean, I struggle with it as well. So, you know, we'll struggle together with it. But yeah, sharing a few ideas always helps. I don't always get it right, as you know, but we're never far off. And if we have made a mistake, I can correct it pretty quickly. But from wave 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1, the ABC that we're looking for, coming back into the box here. We're looking to go long here, also looking to go long in here as well. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. It's good that we've moved past the 61.8% here, so that could be removed. And it sat on there a little bit, so that's good. I still need to figure that little move out here, but just assuming for the time being that we'll come back up to these highs over here, and then we'll push back into a wave 2 in line with the rest of the markets. So the question is, do you buy these tops here? Well, you can do if you're going for the longer picture. It's not like a big deal, you know, but if you wanted to refine the situation, then we know that Tuesday will probably push higher, and there may be even another little move in here on the S&P, but at some point we'll probably come back into the 350 here for a test. So that will give you the opportunity to look at either coming back through here or taking the, if that's an A wave and a B wave and a C wave coming in here, then a bit like this here. This is an A and a B and a C wave, and we're going to be going long on the B wave here and the top here. But then we go, oh, alrighty, well, we can refine that a little bit just in this space here. So you might want to split your bets up and do those sort of things. So I'm just really sort of shooting the breeze there for that. And we'll come across to, this is square. So this is a tick chart for square. We can have a look at the daily chart in a moment. Obviously, we're looking for this to push up. What we're looking for here, of course, is support on top of the 250 here. We've got a position under the 250, and we want to get a position over this side as well. So we want to get a position once it's got support on this level. Because if it's going to fail in this area, for whatever reasons, this is the number that it's going to fail at. But if we can establish this as support, then, you know, we can build on that. And yes, of course, you could buy back here and things, but we already had a position here. So just in the bigger picture here, I'll just go to the daily chart. So as you may know, we've got wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave for wave 4. and then up for 1 and back for 2, up for 1 and back for 2. We've got a position under here. We want to get a position later on over here for this as well, and we'll have a target up there at the 300 or probably higher at that point. Yeah, I'll just see how I'll see how the trend looks here, because I could probably, I mean, technically I could put wave 3 there, but I just don't want to do that just yet for that. But we'll just see how that, how all of this travels. But we'll get a position here, and our target will be up at the 300 for that. I think PayPal should be doing much the same. I don't know if it's in front or not. I know Alessio is doing PayPal, so we'll cover those in the charts. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time on all of this because we went through all of this yesterday. So this is Apple on 100 ticks here, and everything moves across in terms when it platform closes, so I've got to move them back again over here. So in a nutshell, this is what we're looking for here. Very much the same as the other markets as well in terms of the count. You know, we've got blue wave 1 and we've got green wave 1 and 2 here. So we're going from green wave 2 up to green wave 3 and 4 and 5. The 150 is the medium level. That's going to be really important. This was group 1 down through here, so I don't need those. So from 100 we've got 10, 20 and 30, 1, 2 and 3. That makes up group 1, and then we've got 5, and then we've got 8. So normally when we get support on this is a good thing about the trading levels really, once the penny starts to drop, but like with anything, it takes time to, you know, gather your own experience and your own truth from it all. But I can say that once a market's got support on number 3, then the probability of getting to 5 is really strong. It's really strong. It's up. It has got to be up in the 90% sort of area. And yeah, 40 is important, but I never really, number 4 never really gives me a problem in the trend, unless it's a medium level like 400, you know, or $4, or if you're a penny stock trader, 40 cents, then it will play a part in it. So sorry for waffling. 2 here to 3, we're looking for 5 waves. So we counted up here. I've moved all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2. And then we'll look for the top of 3 here, and then 4, and then 5 for this 3 here. So between this wave 2 and this wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves in a little lighter blue here, aqua blue, 1 and 2. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this blue, 3 and 4 here. And then we're going up for wave 5. So let me just have a little look in there. We could be there already, depending on how you count that, because it could count at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But that doesn't make a very nice wave 4, I have to say. It's rather sharp, so it's probably 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 3. So if we can just copy that there for a moment. And I could be wrong about this just because I need to double check my work as well. So this will be 1, 2, that could be 3, 4, 5 to that point, possibly. Oh, that's the conservative count anyway. So we'll copy this as wave 4. That could get a bit uglier here, could be in 3 waves. And then we can look at this, copy this here for wave 5 up here. That should be around 61.8% of wave 3. That can go over there. So we'll probably be something like this for this. It looks like we've discussed that in the trade. We'll take a percentage at this point, and we'll try to buy back in as well. So we'll buy back in at this wave 4 here. Okay, that's that, and let's have a look at Alphabet. I haven't looked at this today. Well, I say this morning because it's early hours in the morning in Australia. So yeah, just getting my head around it. All these move in the when I close the platform as well. So yeah, in this case, we were looking for, let me just get this here. That's the distance of that wave 1. So if we're going up for wave 3 here, that we want this blue wave 3. We want blue wave 3 longer than wave 1 here. So that's why that's up there, and that's just giving me a bit of a guide stick, you know, that I wouldn't want to be any smaller than that. It helps me sort of understand the waves a little bit better. So I think we're coming up into, we can put that wave 4 there. This wave 5 here, this wave 5 is not finished because we'd have 1 and 2 in here somewhere and be a third wave here. So there'll be a 4th and a 5th. So we can look at that going a little bit higher. And then we'll see that come back down again as wave 4. Let's take it back down to this wave 4, 1 less a degree. And then that moving up there, but it'll probably be better than that further up. I just want to see how it's going to work with this number here, and if it's how sticky that number is going to be. But realistically, this is just equality here as wave 1 and wave 3 at that point, where normally wave 3 is another 60% longer. So I may be able to step this out a little bit further, but I just start conservatively first, you know. But even that said, that's not the top of this market here as well. This is all of these markets now pretty much in tune, and they'll all move together. So there'll be something like this here. This is what the S&P and the Nasdaq and all these guys should be. So going from wave 4 here to wave 5 here, we've got 5 waves in blue, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and then so we're not, you know, we're just over halfway. So from this wave 4 here to here, then this would be that would be this strong move here. That's the halfway mark through there of the trend, all up. So all of this here, we could just flip over on its head up to this point here, because that would be the halfway mark from that point. So it just gives you a bit of an idea of how, you know, how we're working this. So we've still got, yeah, we'll be up here somewhere. The market will probably want to try to get to 3,000. So let's just put that in there as a bit of a hopeful. Hopeful's a nice toy, keeps you happy for a while. And yeah, so it could get up that high, but we'll just see. We'll just play it out here a bit. But obviously this is all going to squash back behind the price when I close the platform. So I'm just going to bring these across here for that. I can rearrange those. And we've got one more, which is Amazon. So it's also a little bit squashed up here because of the close. So I'm just going to open this back up here and clean it up. Okay, so we're on 100 ticks for Amazon. And once again, too, without having to go into it, we've got blue wave 1 here and blue wave 2 here. And then, so we're going up for blue wave 3. So blue wave 3 will be up into this space here somewhere. And we're looking for 5 waves of green. So we've got 1 and 2 so far. And then this wave 1 stretched out, that's nice, and 2 here. This is stretching out, so we've got wave 3 coming in here. This moved back in this way here. I can just see that it's corrective. So yeah, that's going to pop higher for that point, but then we'll be looking for wave 4. We also want the length of, that's the length of this wave 1. We want this wave 3 here longer than, you know, this wave 1. So that will just a little guide stick. So maybe that will push up even higher, but let's just see how that plays out. And we'll be looking for a wave 4 that can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 less a degree. And then we'll be looking for wave 5 here of wave 3, and then of course wave 4 here and wave 5 to get to this wave 3, and then we'll need wave 4 and wave 5 and so on at that point. So that's where we are with this at the moment. don't need these here in front of the price, so I'm just going to put them back over here. But it just gives you a bit of an idea of where we're heading with that. I'll leave these guys there. Yeah, just sort of thinking out a little bit. I mean, we should end up pretty high up here with all of this. So, and then this is all group 1, of course, and then we've got the midpoint, the 500 at that point. We've already got one there, have we? Don't need 2 of those. If you're a bit of a, now that we've got this locked in, I think we could actually get another position in here. Just check on that a bit better there. So some sort of, well, we could look at it as wave 1 here. There's 5 waves in here. I know it's a bit overlapping, and then this is 3 waves here. So this here. So technically we should buy above the top here, but I think a nice support back on this level here somewhere. This, it's just strange to see that there. I mean, I'd normally count that as 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. But this is a nice correction, so it should take us higher there. So yeah, I think we'll pick up a position here, and what we'll try to do is we'll also pick up a position back over on top of this level over here as well. But be mindful that that, you know, we can hit this level. This is put it this way, from top of group 1 here to group 2 below, that will be our swing range in here. So you'll have to, wherever you buy, you'll have to hold it for that, because we want to go higher at this point. Let's just go to the daily chart for a moment. Sorry to waffle, I should have started at the daily chart. Just want to see where we are. Right. That's going to be the 400, which is the medium level. Yeah, look, even at minimum, we should get up to 4.3 up here somewhere. Maybe a lot higher. I don't know that just yet. We may get to 4.5, but it sort of makes worthwhile. You know, we've got a couple of positions here. We can see that the market has definitely got to move up. It'll definitely be up here somewhere. It's just how much time we spend. See, the thing is that what you see is not what you get. We're in the strongest part of the trend here at the moment, but in a way, we've got, that's the center of the whole trend here. So from wave 4 here to wave 5 here, that will be the center, because here we've got a series of 1s and 2s in here. Yep. And then it changes from this point. We've got a series of wave 3s and 4s in here. But yeah, we've got space. We can buy here. Just a couple of things that haunt me, as always. Number 8 is profit taking, so we could get hit a bit here, but I think that's going to hold together pretty well. I don't see anything anywhere, you know, going to sort of come out of left field and hit us hard at this point. But we should expect profit taking at 8 here. So the normal process is that we would come up to 8 here. It would stay pretty much within group 2 there. We would also have some other kind of correction at medium level 4 here. Then we'll have a first high above the level that will come into this space here somewhere. We'll have another correction come into here, and then the top come into play. So it's kind of like, you know, do we take profits on these things and buy back in on these things? You know, how much do we work the trade, and how much can I work the trade when I'm just coming in once a day as well. So anyway, we'll discuss it further as we go along. And like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got different amounts of funds. Everybody's got a different way of doing things. And it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you know what you're doing. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.